What is up, guys, and welcome back to the vlog. Now we got a couple parts coming on over here, but this one right here is for that guy over there who's in a meeting. And he has no idea. See him over there, the bearded one? He has no idea that this is a little special gift for his FD. So this is for you, brother.
Wait, this isn't for me to install?
This is for you.
This is for me.
This is for you, Michael.
Dope. Damn. What do we have here?
Brand new inbox. Ooh, look at that.
Oh, even upper mounts?
There you go. These are the rears?
Flex Z's.
Flex Z's.
Nice.
These are the rears, I think, right? Rear.
JDM.
Ooh.
Okay, so I have some explaining to do. I stayed late on Saturday, actually worked all day Saturday, stayed late, and really tried to diagnose why this car won't start. I know you guys have been dying to find out, or dying to hear it start. And I told you guys the Apex Power FC had been smoked. Well, the fuel portion of the Power FC was damaged. Didn't know why, but we found out why on Saturday. So basically what had happened was the car had sat for so long that the fuel pump actually seized up inside. And this happened before my ownership, but somebody tried to start the car with the seized fuel pump, and it basically backfed current through the system and smoked everything in its path. So when I got the car, I started chasing it from the ECU back. I should have started at the tank. I should have known. So shame on me, but we found the problem now. Won't know if the engine's actually savable until it gets up to temperature to see if it's gonna hold coolant. We don't know if the coolant seals are shot or not. So now I need to go back. I just dropped the fuel tank, as you guys saw, and I picked up a POR 15 fuel tank restoration kit. So that's gonna be one of the next projects that I do. But I gotta let the tank dry overnight. So I've drained all the gas out of it. Next move is to get it dried out inside. And then there's a 3 or 4 stage process with the POR 15 system that I'll do, and I will film it all and show you guys. But now that the gas tank's out, I'm gonna put it aside, let it dry, and get on to my coilover installation. So here we go. All right, so got ahead and got the coilovers out so you guys can see them. They are Tein type Flex Z's, which are a really nice coilover. I went ahead and already threw some WD-40 or PB Blaster on all of the bolts that are going to be removed for the struts to go in, the bottom bolts and the top bolts. And I went ahead and got the tools out necessary to do the job. There's only a few needed. So we've got 3/8 ratchet extension, a 14 spanner, a 14 3/8, a 16 3/8, and a 17 3/8 socket. So those should be all the tools needed, and yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and get started. I should also note that I've already checked the preload on these. These are 7-inch springs, and they have a 1/2 inch of preload on them. The idea behind preload is to keep them from squeaking and rattling as you drive. So that's already done directly out of the box from Tein, which is really nice because some of the other coilovers that we've installed do not have that. You actually need to go ahead and dial in that preload. So these are already pre-adjusted and under preload, so hopefully when we put these in, they'll be good to go. So boys, I got the strut in. I'm enlisting the help of a floor jack to push the brake assembly up to get the studs for the strut up into the chassis so I can put the nuts on up top, and should have one corner done. Okay, I've got the jack under the brake and have gone ahead and let the car down, and now the studs are exposed, so I can go ahead and start putting this bunk ass ugly hardware back on because I don't have new ones. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's the right thread pitch. Well, that's a bummer. Nope, gonna have to run off to the hardware store and pick up some proper nuts.
These nuts.
I was able to get the 3 nuts up on the top studs. They were just really gummed up with old grime from the old suspension. So I went ahead and cleaned them out with a wire brush real quick, and then also threw some anti-seize on the studs themselves, and the nuts actually went right on. So I've moved on back onto the bottom. We're gonna go ahead and get everything snugged up down here. All right, so that concludes the front. We went ahead and tossed the brake lines back on with the U-clips that mount in here to keep the brake line in its place and happy. And the struts are in. They look nice. Pretty happy with that installation. So yeah, we're on to the back. But as a side note, I was reading through the comments of my video the other day where I installed the exhaust. And I showed this exhaust and talked about what an absolute piece of shit it was. And after the fact, I had my buddy John from JSP come by the shop. He told me that that's actually an HKS downpipe. Apparently back in the day, that's the way they used to make them, with the cast flange and then just a pipe welded onto it. I don't like the look of that. I'm pretty shocked that that's an HKS piece, to be frank with you guys. But I'm gonna go ahead and probably list that up for sale on throtl. So if any of you guys are interested in it, I am gonna clean it up and post it up there in a few days. So keep an eye out for that if you have an FD with a 13B in it, or a 13B in general and anything. Yeah, check it out on throtl. It's gonna be for sale. I'm gonna get back onto the rear. I've already removed the top nuts. I like to take them all off except for one. I leave one just loose up top so that when I let go everything at the bottom, it catches and doesn't fall out. So just a little trick. So on this, I went ahead and put the jack underneath the brake rotor just to support the system. I'm gonna go ahead and pop this sway bar end link bolt or nut off, and that'll pop this sway bar end link out, and that's actually what holds the strut in. So this should be a pretty quick and easy installation. So stay tuned, I'll show you guys how I'm gonna do it. Doing a real lousy job today keeping you guys up to speed. I literally am just cranking away on this. So I've already got this strut installed, the rear strut. I've got the upper control arm and the hub assembly already reconnected. I did have to drop the sway bar, and that's what mounts through the bottom of the strut through this upper arm. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the other side in, and once that side is in, I will go ahead and show you guys the final product. But it's basically just a bunch of nuts and bolts. So I was anticipating dropping the sway bar. We did not have to do that to put the air suspension in TJ's FD, so I'm not sure if those struts were just shorter or something. It allowed us to move it around a little easier. But these stock struts, you may not have to drop it all the way, but it's just 412 mil bolts. So I figured, what the hell, we'll get it out of the way, get these things out, and just pop it back in. So here we go. All right, well, that's the last nut on this Installation of the coilovers is done. My wheels are back on the car. I did just put it on the ground, but I don't feel like taking it off the lift, so it's definitely still sitting on the lift when it's all the way down. But I think it still looks good. I'm not gonna take it off the lift because I still got a ton of stuff to do underneath the car. So when I am done with all that stuff, we'll put it back on the ground and probably fine adjust the coils to see if we can make it a little lower, because I'm guessing it's gonna need to go down. I'm gonna get on to the fuel system, of which I alluded to at the beginning. I should probably show you guys what I pulled out of the fuel tank. You see this thing? See how disgusting this is? I'm gonna take it out of the sun. It is, yeah, nice, huh? So this is all rust and corrosion from sitting for 10 years, I guess. So 10 or 12 or 14 years, however long. So I went ahead and ordered a new one of those off of eBay. Hopefully that will be here this week so I can put this back together. And then, as I alluded to in the beginning, I went ahead and pulled the fuel tank out. Not sure if you guys can see in there or not, but let me shine my light in there. There's actually a lot of just rust particles sitting on the floor of the tank. So that means the tank needs to be completely cleaned out. And I did go ahead and pick up a POR 15 tank repair kit, I guess. Looks like this. So one of the next videos will be me fixing the gas tank. A new gas tank, or a used new gas tank, to me is about $400 to $500. That repair kit is anywhere from $65 to $90 depending on where you buy it. I used our local CarQuest because we have an account there. Picked the kit up I think for 80 bucks, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start that soon. So I'll keep you guys up to speed on that as I do it. And I also picked up a new battery and some new 2-gauge wire. And you know what that means, boys? That means the battery is getting moved to the back of the car. So that'll be another install video coming up soon. So stay tuned, boys. Lots of FD content to go. And we'll also be starting in the WRX very soon. So those videos will be coming out as well. So lots of great stuff coming up for you guys. Hang in there.